been the most memorable moment on the Warped Tour for you this year?
We've only been here for about 5 days now.
Oh,
Maybe it's
wow,
our
okay.
sixth day. Yeah, we started kind of in the middle in Maryland, I think, and we I don't know. We haven't had that many incidents. Yesterday, I guess, would be the most memorable. One of our guests who likes to drink an awful lot, and he's pretty big, like almost as big as me, belligerent bastard. Caused a couple problems. Wound up in the catering tent, causing problems, and got into it with Sully, the head of security, and it took about 5 people to subdue him. I think some caterers like came from behind, like threw off their like gloves and dove on top of the guy, and everyone was beating on him, and he wound up in handcuffs, in the back of the cop car. No, nothing happened. They let him go, but his eyes were swollen shut, and a couple people got hit, and he just sends me a text at like 12:30 at night that was like, "Thanks again, bro." That's all it said. Thanks again, bro. It's like you got this shit kicked out of you. Both your eyes are swollen shut, and your nose is broken. And that's thanks again. So that was a pretty memorable moment because I guess there hasn't been any big fights on the Warped Tour for a little while. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It makes for like good talk for a couple of days. So we need some drama on the Warped Tour to keep people lubricated.
That's true.
On their toes.
Yes, and I mean, you're definitely, one of the Warped Tour veterans. Pennywise has been on it, numerous times.
15 years, yeah, I guess.
I mean, many times, yeah. And
it's almost time for rocking chairs.
Oh no.
For Randy.
Oh no. Oh, for Randy. Well, now, what's your favorite thing? What keeps you coming back to Warped Tour?
Just the whole camaraderie of it. Like it has become like a family. Like when you go on tours, you got your crew, like your personal crew that's traveling with you. Your guitar tech, your tour manager, sound man, and that's your family. But when you come on the Warped Tour, you have like this whole other family. You have the caterers, you have all the stagehands, you have the security guards. You have all these different people that are part of this thing, like the backbone, the truck drivers, the bus drivers, it's a huge amount of people, and after years and years of doing this, they become like an extended family in a way. And it's like you come out here and you see like Big Mitch or Sully or Kevin Lyman obviously, and Shelly and just everybody. It's really cool. It feels like you're coming home back to summer camp. It's like an ongoing summer camp, and it's really entertaining, obviously, to go watch your favorite bands playing, and then it's really entertaining to see like new bands you've never heard of, like Big Damn Band. Like, I've heard of those guys, I've never seen them. They're blowing me away. They're my favorite band on the tour right now, and I've been here for 5 days, so maybe someone will take them over, but I doubt it because they're like from the heart, and like so I just hung around and watched them play just now, and had a smile on my face the whole time. So it's like just about being part of it, and the variety and the coolness and the kind of like, it's like a real tour. We've been on a lot of festival runs. We've played with everything from Metallica to Soundgarden, and we've done this all over the world. And the Warped Tour is the only tour that really feels like a family, where everyone cares about each other and everyone looks out for each other.
Right. No, you're right. Well, even on my side, I've covered the Warped Tour for the last 10 years, and before that, I went to Warped Tours just as a fan. And even for me, it feels like this is my time to see people that I haven't seen in a couple years, and it's like, hey, how's it going?
It's like a high school reunion every summer.
Yeah.
Or for us, every other summer.
Right. Yeah. No. And I that's the reason the minute I'm done tonight, I'll be ready to do. When's it gonna come around next year? Right. I absolutely love it too. So
something to look forward to.
It is. It really is. Well, is there one thing, being that you guys have done it, quite a few times, is there something that could be done that could make Warped Tour even better? Like one thing that could be added or changed to make it better even for the bands? I mean, for you guys.
I don't know. I mean, like, obviously, for us, we're a punk rock band, so you've kind of seen it kind of, transform into this little bit more eclectic mix of bands. You have everything from like screamo to nu metal to, punk rock to rap to, Big Damn Band,
right,
which is pretty different,
yeah,
which is really cool. I'd like to see like right now. I wish there was a little more balance. I wish there was a Bad Religion or a Rancid out here. You know what I mean? Because
I hear
it's kind of like okay, you got Pennywise and Face to Face and the Casualties and Alkaline Trio, and then it's a little lopsided. That would make it better for me personally.
Right.
But the kids are loving what they're hearing. I'm checking all the bands, Haste Today, Bring Me the Horizon, all these bands that are out there killing it. So Kevin obviously makes the right decisions as far as you know, how the tours run. It's just a loose knit group of people, and it's kind of like better than anything else. Like the real organized tours, festivals and stuff, are just feel very like, you know, by the book, and the Warped Tour is like fly by the seat of your pants.
Yeah.
And anything goes, anything happens, and so I don't know. It's pretty damn cool. You know, you have
Yeah.
all these stages, you have all these options, you have all these vendors, you have everyone selling T-shirts, you have food, it's a pretty damn good day. The Warped Tour obviously started out more lopsided towards punk rock. I mean, there was like Bad Religion,
Right.
Pennywise, NoFX, Rancid, you know, Civ, you know, Bouncing Souls, blah blah blah. So kind of missed that a little bit, that because that's where our school is from, and like some of these kids don't have a clue who Pennywise is, and we don't have a clue who they are. But like, it's also about like bonding with new bands and going and checking out, you know, Bring Me the Horizon and go, wow, these guys are rad. Like, I became a huge Underoath fan, you know, a couple years ago, because they just I don't care if it sounds like punk rock or sounds like new wave or sounds like speed metal with the Cookie Monster singing, like they're a good band.
Yeah.
And if you're a good band on the Warped Tour, that's what shines through.
You're right. You're right. I guess the whole, you know, rise to the top type, you know, thing. The good ones do.
Top of the food chain.
Yeah, that's true. And actually, before I forget, Viking Funeral Records and
Yes.
everything. Congratulations on that. And actually, I was just talking with the boys in Authority Zero, Jason,
yeah.
just a few days ago. So
Awesome.
that's
man.
a great album. I mean,
New record is
it's-
insanely good. It's like one of my favorite records they've done for a while. You know, the idea behind Viking Funeral was just doing a label that just did strictly punk rock, because once again, like Epitaph and all these other labels have had to branch out into different types of music to try to keep it moving, just like the Warped Tour did. I mean, if you had like a big punk rock lineup out here, there probably wouldn't be as many people, to be honest, you know,
Right.
because a lot of kids are getting different things. But then I was just sitting out there going, God, I really want to sign big damn bands, and they're not punk rock, but they are probably, to me, are the most punk rock band on the tour right now.
Right,
They're
yeah.
super punk rock. So, you know, whatever. We'll see where that goes. First release, Authority Zero, and those guys are kicking ass. So
Yeah,
we're stoked.
and I actually reviewed the album in this month's issue. So, and I
cool.
gave Jason a copy of it when I saw him up in Chicago. So, that was, yeah, like I said,
Very cool.
great job. I mean, it's a
We won't
well
make
done
any
album.
money. It's one of those things where it's just a passion thing, where you just like, you know, we go out and try to find bands that we still like and that are still keeping the dream alive, and so, you know, it's more of a work too much and make no money type of label, but that's
It's a passion.
kind of how it's always been.
Right, it's a passion for
Yeah.
you. And like I said,
It's the worst time on the planet to start a record label, because everything's free, but hey, why not?
If you could add one band of your choice to this year's Warped Tour, who would you add?
That's a good question. I would probably add NoFX.
Yeah, that's a
Because, I mean, there's a lot of bands I obviously love, and I'd love to go see. I mean, obviously Rage Against the Machine would be a really good pick, but they've never done the Warped Tour. But NoFX are our boys, and they're like the funnest band on the planet to party with.
Yeah, I bet.
When your bus is parked next to them, it's game
Party
on.
time.
It's game on. There's bodies in the morning. So yeah, I would put NoFX out here.
Awesome. And then, which band on this tour do you think has the best chance of hitting 10 albums and remaining relevant? I know some people are close, but you know.
You know, I really am. I've watched a lot of bands, and big damn band.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a lot of bands that'll just fade off into the sunset with one hit wonders or whatever, but that band is really out there and really different and really cool, and I can picture them, you know, 10 years from now, like, you know, playing sold out dates in Nashville
Nice.
or wherever. It's kind of strange to say that, but they fucking kick ass.
And I want to think I've heard some of their stuff. Is it kind of like a country rockabilly
yeah,
kind
it's
of thing?
country rockabilly, like bluegrass, and it's straight up like, you know, born and raised, corn-fed, Indiana, like just washboard. The guitar player, Reverend, is just insanely mind-boggling. Super jealous of that guy. So I'm hoping those guys get paid.
Yeah. Oh,
They're good enough to.
that's awesome. And then, like, 3 items that you can't live without on Warped Tour. Like, what do you make sure that you have with you?
Vodka. Is that fucked up?
No, it's not. Oh yeah.
I need my blood pressure medication because I'm overweight, and then I need some vodka. I need some more vodka. Maybe occasional bite of a corn dog or something, but yeah.
Yeah.
Our tour manager, Josh, he kind of keeps it together. But yeah, actually, like, just alcohol and distortion. A gain knob on my amp would be about all I need.
Cool. And then plans after this tour's over. What are you guys doing?
A lot of stuff. We're going to home to work on the new album. We're going to Canada for a full tour. We're going to South America for a full tour. We're going probably to Europe in January for a full tour. We're going to Australia for a full tour. And we plan on having an album out in January as well. So we're busy.
Yeah, and then lastly, message for the fans.
Keep coming back. We're not going anywhere. So as long as you're here, we're here.